Upload to website. Right, let's get this open. Right, what's on, guys? Sorry, that may have been slightly more than 10 minutes. I actually made a cup of tea and got carried away watching the new Ash's new video talking empowerment that I'll actually finish watching later because I didn't realise just how long it was. So we'll have a little watch a bit later. Right, tonight, let's finally do this. Look, we are going to be building and testing our Rathalos. So, I've actually, because it's CVC, I've actually booked him today. He's 6-starred. He's ready to go. We just need to actually build him. So, there's a couple of different ways of building Rathalos, to be fair. To start off with, what I want to do is just come straight in with a damage build. He doesn't need accuracy or resistance. I do want him I don't know, let's say 210. Ideally, let's say 2,000 defense, 40,000 HP, so that he can actually survive. I keep seeing people go for these, like, they go for these really squishy builds where they've got, like, they don't worry about any defense. They've got like 1,200 or 1,500 or 1,800 defense, something like that, and they got like 35,000 HP, and then they got like, I don't know, 300% crit damage and 10,000 attack, and they hit hard as fuck. Yeah, I'm always cold, sweetheart, you know that. And they hit really hard, and that's cool when you've got Duchess and Krisk and all these other champions that help keep your team alive. When you don't have that, you actually have to sacrifice some of these other stats to keep him alive, because at the end of the day, if he's not alive, he's not doing damage, right? So that's the way I look at it anyway. So I'm going to make sure I've got some survivability on. To start off with, we're just going to go flat out. Let's see what the game gives us. And then we can kind of scale it from there. It would help if I actually press start. It's probably going to kick back and say we can't give you much of a build. But look, 300 odd percent. Right, so 40k HP, happy. 4,000 attack, I'm happy with. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Not obviously too happy with the crit damage. Let's see if we can push 230 crit damage. If I can, there or thereabouts, I'd actually be happy. I don't think it's going to find me a build, so. No. So, this now, we look at it and we say, right, you can take gear from champions, but I don't want you taking anything from my champions that are locked at 5-star. So now it's starting to find some builds. The reason I don't like putting glyphs on as well, guys, is because I know, like, look, I've got 40k HP, 4-8 attack, 2,000 defense, 212 speed, 241 crit damage. I know that by the time I add my glyphs, this is probably going to get closer to 45. This is going to be pushing probably 5k. This might be pushing 220. So I like having the ability to increase. And this is actually quite nice. I don't mind taking gear off of Ronda at all, because I don't use Ronda anywhere other than Faction Wars. Kale, okay, actually, I didn't really want to take anything off Kale because he is my campaign farmer. But I could probably make do with that. Skull Crown's fine. Yeah, I mean, Elder Scar, I could take it off of. Skull Crown, I can definitely take it off of. Right, let's have a quick look and say, right, just for the sake of knowing how good a build I could put on him, let's now say, right, take gear from everybody. The reason I don't like doing this is because I have my Seer and my Lydia and things speed tuned and built, and it always tries to take gear. I can guarantee you this top build here will take gear off of Lydia and Seer and Lydia. That's who it always takes gear from. But look, a massive increase in crit damage as well. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't actually. That's surprising. But it does take it off of Fane. Fane's a clan boss champion. I can't steal anything from Fane. Whisper, I can't take anything from Whisper because she hits hard as hell. Shimao, I've got built for Hydra. Stultus is my PvP main champion. Sun Wukong, I could probably get away with taking off a Sun Wukong, but I don't want to. So let's go back and actually see what else we've got. Pretty much the same, stealing off the same champs there. Stealing off the same champs there. Stealing off the sale, stealing off a Cold Heart as well there. Stealing off the same champs there. Stealing off the same champs there. I wish there was a button. Same champs there. I wish there was an option in the optimizer. And Saf, I don't know if you'll ever watch one of my videos. I might clip this part just to show you. If we could have an option here that says ignore certain champions. So like, I know you've got the tier 5 lock, the tier 4 lock. But like, I'm happy to take gear off of all of my priority 5 champions except my clan boss team. I know you'll probably say, like, well, just make everyone else tier 4 then. The reason I do champs at tier 5 is because to me, my tier 5 champions are the ones that I've got built perfectly. The way that I'm happy with. You know, they're not champions I'm ever going to worry about changing builds. Unless, I mean, the only way I change their builds is 12 months down the line when I've got loads of 6-star gear ascended and I can really step my gear to the next level. But right now, yeah, it's not a necessity. So I'd love that to be an option. I would love to take out the ability so I don't steal from my clan boss team or Seer or Lydia or very specific champions. Maybe I do just need to go back into my champions actually and look at everyone who's locked at... Right, let's look at tier 5 champions and see if there's anyone I can actually... that I'd be happy to take off of tier 5. And see, this is the problem. Like, I've got so many champions that are in the tier 5 category because I've got them built in a way that they do their job. I've got them built in a way that enables them to do their job. You know, speed and accuracy, or HP defense, crit rate, crit damage. The majority of these champions are built as like Doom Tower champions. They do a specific job on certain bosses or certain waves. Obviously now with Curse City coming out, most of this bottom row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 champions alone just in this bottom table, and that's some of these top ones have been done exactly the same way as well. They're built to do a very specific job in either Curse City or Doom Tower. So I don't want to be taking gear off them because then they no longer do that specific job. Let's just all champions, take that off. So I think what we're going to have to do we will tell it to take gear off of all champions but not 5 stars. I do want these stats. Maybe I'm happy to actually take that down to like, I think I'd like 38,000. I don't know. Let me have a quick look. What's my Michelle? Because I really struggled with my Michelle actually, keeping him alive to do any kind of damage until I rebuilt him. Yeah, see, look, I had to push him up a lot more to get him to survive, to be honest. If I could come close to a Michelle build, I'd be happy. But I don't think I'm getting him, am I? That's the 46k. So yeah, I mean, I am right in sticking, because if he's dead, he can't do damage, can he? And then we'll just use our glyphs to kind of push on above that, really. 241, yeah, I'm happy with that. 212, yep. Okay, I'm actually happy with that as a build, to be fair. I know it takes away from the champs I didn't want to take stuff from, but he is going to be worth it. I know he's going to be worth it. So we've all seen the videos. Oh, I've got to go through all this first, haven't I, quickly? Let's get rid of all of these. The problem is if I don't get rid of them now and sell them now, I'll forget, and my storage is so rammed. It is unbelievable. So unless the gear is 6-star, I'm pretty much perfect. I'm not really keeping anything at the moment because I need money. This is a piece that no, I can't keep doing it. I can't keep saving gear. See, that's a piece that if it rolled well, I'd consider, because I don't have a lot of curse set, and that's pretty much why I'm running Ice Golem, is for cursed and provoked. So that I'm going to have to keep that. Keep that. Attack's a no-go. Defense. If that rolled a double HP or even a triple HP, that becomes a keeper. Accuracy, yeah, that's worth holding on to. That might even be worth holding on to and re-rolling. Same as 6-star boot, same as that. In here, I think everything's pretty much a go, to be honest, because it's not. So if it's not 6-star, that's got no crit rate with it. See, I'd like to re-roll some of these if I can as well, because I don't have a lot of reflex gear. So bits like this, I'll hang on to and try to re-roll them. It's like that, normally speed and accuracy. Maybe not that one, but we know that this is an example. Either way, no matter where this rolls, it's going to be super useful to me, isn't it? Whether it's 1-on-1 or 2, either way, that is useful. It's where it goes when I roll that up to a 12, which obviously I'll do during artifact enhancement. And the only reason I've kept this piece here is because it's a 2-piece set, and I picked up this shield earlier, and it's one of those. If I roll it tomorrow through artifact enhancement and I get something good, I'm going to need a second piece with it. So actually, an accuracy HP piece on a HP set makes sense. So we'll keep that for a minute. Right, let's build. Let's build this. So let's start off with. I mean, again, the worry is that I could end up rebuilding him tomorrow. On the whole, because I might get better gear tomorrow when I get to do artifact enhancement. That's kind of my biggest worry right now. Stun, savage. There's stun. We're looking at stun shield. There. We're looking at savage gloves. I think because of who this is taking it off of, I'm not actually going to get a lot of improvement on. This is the piece that I really don't want to take off, and I've got to remember that I've taken it off because he is my campaign farmer, and I don't know whether he'll do the job without it. So I think I'm going to have to. It's actually telling me to go into these boots as well. Because of the double attack, quick damage, HP. That's why. Actually, yeah. That's not the end of the world. This is why, guys. Like, I'm still obviously going stats over sets, even 2 years in, because that's a good piece of gear. You know, I can re-roll when I've got the gear. I could re-roll this, and we could ascend it. I can't actually look. I can't do it on there, can I? Let's pick a set of boots that aren't ascended to show you. See, look. I could re-roll the other one. Either try to get speed, or because it's a set that's pushing more to damage, I could roll attack and put it on an attack damage dealer. Or if it's a defensive damage dealer, I could roll speed and then try to get the defense as an ascension if I don't need the extra speed. I mean, obviously, speed would be ideal, But the fact this is quite clearly a damage piece, and because of the double attack, actually it's for an attack type champ. If that was double defense, then it would be a defensive based nuker. But this is a very good piece for an attack champ. And at the end of the day, lifesteal. Look, I still like lifesteal. Heals by 30% of the damage dealt. I don't have a lot of regeneration in immortal gear. So I actually still like lifesteal as a set. And the fact I've got 2 pieces of it means that tomorrow, through artifact enhancement, look, I might actually get to look at some of these and go, actually, look, this one here. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to do it now because it could save me having to swap gear around tomorrow. See, that's got a triple crit rate. That's the problem. Triple crit rate. So, yeah, that one's no good. Weapon of Frozen Banshee. Crit damage. Attack. Speed. Yeah, so obviously not. But, I mean, do you see what I mean? I could... Now I'll start keeping my eye out for a few good pieces while I'm doing Dragon. And I could end up coming up with a lifesteal build for him, which would be pretty good. Because then he'll be healing himself as well. Right, see, it's things like this as well. Look, it's telling me to put on this one from Ronda. It's actually telling me to take everything off of Ronda, which is fine. I know my Ronda's built well, so I just don't use her. I'll have to rebuild her. The worst thing is she's like half booked as well. I did put a lot of resources into her, but I couldn't put a good enough build on her until recently. Oh. Eyes are playing up again. I'll have to put these back on again. The joys of getting old, guys. Yeah, so this is going to be our builds. Yeah, it's going to cost a fair chunk to take it over. Tomorrow I will also take this to 16 and see what I get. Might even get a quad roll attack. That'd be nice, my first quad roll. Is there things on here that I could ascend? No, because I don't have enough ascension oils. Right. Double attack, defense, HP. Attack, defense, HP on an attack ring. See, this on its own, it would then give me as well, because we've got 2 pieces. Actually, we've got 3 pieces. This would be a 4th piece. This would give me a chance to place a protected buff, which he could then give himself increased crit damage or increased speed and it become a protected buff. That's pretty good. Right, so look, there is our Rathalos built. Now, obviously he's not massive. We don't need the extra crit rate, so actually when we come in to do our masteries, we can go for the extra attack. Obviously we want the extra crit damage as well. Now, because he ignores 100%, if we actually look at his skills, look here, he ignores 25% of a target's defense. If the target's a boss, he's going to ignore 100% defense. That means that we don't have to use Helm Smasher. So we're actually going to come down to pick up War Master. It's just what way we do it. Yes, because I'm trying to build him as well, guys, specifically for Hydra. Increased damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%. So when a head's decapitated, that is going to obviously increase the damage. Heals by 5%. Yes. We definitely want this because he hits hard. And then I think we just come straight down, to be honest, for War Master. Increases damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP. Increases damage inflicted to targets under shield buffs by 25%. See, part of me wants to take Shield Breaker, to be perfectly honest. Because how often am I going to be at full HP? We don't need the support tree. So we can actually give ourselves more defense here. Yes. That might actually be more useful. See, I'm not actually sure how Shadow Hill... That reads very good. Definitely want to take that one. See, that would help him more in wave-based content. I'm trying to think where I would use him in wave-based content that is going to be helpful. Wait, because it's when they kill an enemy. And he's not a solo champion. I'm going to be building him with a team, so I don't think I need that. Don't think I need that either. I kind of want to come down to here, which means I might actually take this one. Yeah, I think I think I'm going to go here. And then we're going to go here so he takes less damage. Definitely want the counter attacks. We don't want that one. Don't really want that one. I mean, that potentially. See, this stacks across the round as well. So actually, what we could do is we could use Kill Streak to run through as he kills things to then obviously put him on to increase damage when he gets to boss waves. But it's each enemy killed, so that's not going to help him in Hydra, is it? So I think we go. Well, I think we go with the counter attack because we know the counter attack is going to work. It's also why I would like to put him in counter attack accessories. So that's like a really big aim for me, is to try and get him into counter attack accessories at some point. But I don't have any, so. Right, we do need to pair him with a burner. We know we need to pair him with a burner. Yay. What does that give us for shards? That gives us 10 shards now. Let's pick up that one. Have we actually done all our dailies? Yeah, we have. Cool. That means I haven't got to worry about doing them before the end. So, we're coming into Hydra. We've done our brutal, and I can't remember, but I do think I used my R-Tac. I did. I actually wanted to use R-Tac with Rathalos. I've done hard, so we're actually coming into normal. So we are going to bring Rathalos in to normal. Now, we also need a provoke for this turn, so we're going to bring Bivold in, because Bivold's another champion that I want to play with a little bit more. Newt seems like a good option. We need a burn. So, let's come and put in this one here. Geo seems like a bloody good option, to be fair. But so does Drex. I just think for the sake of damage, Geo might actually be the better option. Although it's not AoE, is it? So Mordecai probably is the better option. Is my Mordecai built? That's the question. Because I've been stealing gear off of everyone for... Yeah, Mordecai is still built. That's fine. Not the best of stats, but will do. He's quick enough. 221. Is he quick enough? Because I've actually swapped his boots. Yeah, he is quick enough to do his job. Okay, so he's quick enough, so he'll come in because he's quick enough to do his job. So we've got 2 sources of damage. Let's now clear off that. we come in with a revive option here. What else do we need? We've got the provokes. We've got a cleanse. I can't use Lydia because I've already used Lydia. I almost need... Actually... I could do something like this, but I know I've got no block buffs, but I feel like with the damage we're going to be outputting, I don't need to worry too much. Let's try this. I think we try this. Because Bivold, I know, can keep our team alive as well because of the leech. So we're going to give that a go. Right, so first of all, we're going to come out with the Hex. Now, the thing with Rathalos is, obviously, he works after he's hit more than once. We know that. So we'll come in with Newt. So Rathalos... So Newt would actually get a strong hit here. Rathalos would get a normal hit. Well, we can't do it here because Rathalos will get a weak hit. I'm just trying to kind of look at different damages. So 101,000 per hit here. Hopefully we'll land the provoke. We did, and we got the leech up. Now, so here comes Rathalos. We're going to try Rathalos's A3 first. So we're inflicting 50% more damage against targets under HP burn. And we're receiving less damage. Every 5th skill used by the champion deals. So it's the 5th time that we actually use anything is when it really ramps up. But still at 200k, so it's already still. If we were to just end that now and compare that to Newt, look. Newt 300k, Blademaster 215. Newt used a triple hitter to get 303,000. Blademaster hit him once and got 215. You know, it's... We know how good these champions are. And this is actually, this ties in perfectly well to what my video the other day talking about power creep in the game. And how bad it's got. And how it's directly affecting the development cycle of new content going forward. So, I don't know, maybe I'll do an update to that video and we'll actually showcase some of this off to make my point even more. So we know what... No, it was that one we did. We know what that one did. Let's see... So yeah, he also brings a decreased defense on his A1. So you could go A1, 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 A1 and throw out decreased defense if it lands. Let's have a look at the AoE then. So we'll end that there. So again, against Newt's Blessed Bash, look, 323, 250. So you're already seeing, if you haven't seen, and I'm pretty sure that most people or anybody who will watch this will already know just how hard this guy hits. But, you know, it's just going to show that Newt's triple hitting, then you have to wait for Newt's triple hitter to come back. That's his A2 and his A1, both hit him 250k. So that's 500,000 damage. Newt's hit 300k, but then you have to go back to, you know, you've got to wait for him to come back round to that. And his A1 and his A2 don't hit that hard at all. Yeah, we're going to come back in here. Look, we'll do, just for the sake of trying to keep this similar every single time. Put this one out. I'll put the burns out. Right, now we'll check his A1. And we'll end that there. And again, so 57k. But you start to see, you add these up and you're getting big damage. I should also say that Newt is obviously hitting this head for strong attacks, where Blademaster isn't. So, yeah, the damage potential is huge. We've got, right, so we're going to try and keep a counter on this. And I'm going to do it right. I've actually watched a load of videos on him myself already. I knew I couldn't get round to making my video on him. until CBC, or I could have done, but I didn't want to. I wanted the points for my clan, because you know I'm not a mega whale that throws loads of money at the game, so I have to wait for things like CBC to do things like booking. Right. So I've just made a note here. What we're going to do, because it's every 5th hit that he really hits hard, and that's when I want to make sure that he's got burns and things like that up. So we're going to come in and we're going to try, and every time he takes a turn, we're going to mark it down. So this is on a 4 turn, so we should then get it back by the time he gets his 5th turn. So we'll come in first and hit here just because we want. So that's 1 turn, yeah? Obviously, we're going to do this as a full Hydra run now. I will actually cleanse off the heal reduction. Right, so you'll see what I mean here. So we'll use the A2 on Newt, and you'll see there. Look, you know that wasn't even like 60k between the lot of them. So Blademaster is definitely hitting a hell of a lot harder. Let's actually come and hit here. Look, big shield comes out because actually something I learned about Bivold is that that shield grows considerably more. The buffs or the debuffs on the enemy do increase how much his shield growth is, but it's also his damage. It scales a lot more on his damage, so you actually want Bivold to be quick captain, hit hard. Right, so this is going to be skill number 2. So we'll come in here again and hit 2. Do that huge damage. Obviously, the problem is we're running this team like this because I haven't got my R-Tac and I haven't got my Ugo and things. That there are going to be buffs up, and that might be a problem for his 5th hit. Because they've got the poison cloud on. We'll see. We'll see in a minute. Whether that is going to affect our one, because we've still got 2 turns here. So we'll see. So this will be turn number 3. See, I feel like this is going to be the hard point for anyone wanting to run him in like a full auto team. You're not going to get the most out of him. You're not. But if, like me, you manual your Hydra because you enjoy Hydra. See, look at that hit he took there. That was shit. That was huge. But then, to be fair, Atkinson and Bivold took a huge one as well, a huge whack as well. Right, so the problem here is we're not going to get. We might hold that actually. Right, that's fine. We'll pick him back up again. That might actually work in our favour that he dropped, to be fair, because he didn't use a skill. It gives us a chance to get this one back. Python should be able to come in with a heal as well. Right, so this is the one we actually want to save. So we'll come in here. So that makes turn 4. Now we'll put this out, because the next one is where he is going to hit hard, and he is going to do it on a decapitated head, which is going to be huge. I'm going to slow this right down. Oh no, that counter attack went in. Oh no, that was his 5th hit. That's not what I wanted. I think that was his 5th hit. Right, well, I mean, obviously we're going to have a look now, but I think that was his 5th hit, which meant it wasted his big smack, which is what we want here. Let's have a look. 400 odd K. No, that may have been his normal one. See, it's so hard. So that should have been his 5. Unless I miscounted. This is the problem with counter attack, because over a full run, yeah, it's really, really cool. But when you're trying to actually set it up to look at things like this, it does make it a bit harder. So now we should be back to a 0 run, I think. Yeah, so obviously that's a weak hit. Yeah, so I almost want to be able to come in. This is why I wanted to pair him with Artak. But obviously I need... Artak is the only way, pretty much the only way I get through a 1 key on Brutal. Because my Artak's actually built for a solo... see, look at the healing and the shield put out because of the damage that he does combined with the buffs. It is a huge... 181, 76k. We're already up to like 5 million, 19 turns in. For me, that's huge. And it's only going to get better from here. So look, I'm going to actually ignore the keeping count now, because on a normal run, we're not going to keep count. You're not going to be sitting here counting every 5 turns to know when you're going to do things. A lot of people are also going to just auto run battles. A lot of people kind of try to speed tune a team and then they just let it run. Unfortunately, we got the weak hit there because obviously we ignore all his defense. But never mind. Right, I bang the burns out. Next one we will come in is here. Hope will Blademaster get another turn off? I don't know if he will or not, to be honest. Newt will probably get all 3 weak hits. I know, got 2 normals, that's fine. Right, so what does an A1 do on a decapitated head with a burnout? 220k hits. Now, if that does not show you power creep, like you think Newt and Acrizia are good, like I so want Acrizia, but I have Newt. Now I have Rathalos. Am I that sad? Does it make me now want to go and spend hundreds of pounds or thousands of pounds trying to pull an Acrizia? No, not really. Would I like an Acrizia? Hell yeah. I'd still love an Acrizia. AoE, enemy max HP, you're damn right I still want an Acrizia. Am I worried that I don't have an Acrizia anymore? Not really, no. Because the power creep in the game has got so much that it just doesn't matter, to be fair, does it? You know, we've got champs like this coming in. And if you were lucky enough to pull the Archer as well, then, you know, between the Archer and him, you pretty much got Hydra and Clan Boss and things locked down for Nightmare. Because the thing is, he does this damage, yeah? The really, really cool thing, and I'll try and steal the wording of this from Saf. Because he does true damage, he will hit this hard on easy, normal, Nightmare, Hydra. It doesn't matter where you use him, he will hit this hard because he is ignoring 100% of the boss's defense. So it's true damage. So long as you set it up right and you've got your burns out and things like that, look, huge hits, then he is coming in and he is hitting this hard on every single difficulty of Hydra. Clan Boss, dungeons, it doesn't matter where you use him, he is going to hit this hard. And that's what's amazing. But it also goes to prove my point and show you why I talked about power creep the other day and how much of an issue it actually is. See, I want to come over here with the enemy max HP, but I know that he's just going to weak hit. Oh, I didn't notice the poison cloud actually, because obviously he's weak hit as well. But yeah, to be kind of this far in, I mean, short of restarting it and actually trying against Whisper. See, look, you notice then Bivol didn't actually do a lot of damage, and the shield wasn't a lot. You've really got to, you know, again, Bivol's another one. He's an amazing champion. You've got to set him up and use him right and pick where you're damaging him to get the most out of him. Right, so we'll see here, look, so we've got our attacks all enemies before attacking places. So we're getting more crit damage from him and the increased speed. And we're doing 50% more damage against targets with the burn. And obviously, if it happens to be the 5th skill, we'll get the 200%. But we're going to hit all of them and see whether we can free him straight away. That's not bad, to be fair. Even without the extra 200%. You know, that's a hell of a lot of damage. To the point I almost feel like we could put this on auto and just let it run and potentially have a super good run if we were to do things like direct our damage. Like if we were just sitting here watching it, directing our damage, I think it would be huge. Obviously, we would get a lot more if we could keep on top of ripping these bloody buffs off, but I've already used my main Ugo. We'd also get through a lot more. We do have our cruelty. Obviously, we've not got any blessings on Bivold or Rathalos, so you know that is going to make a difference, and make a considerable difference as well. To be fair, it's not like it's just a little bit of an increase when you don't have blessings. The blessings on their own are huge. So we get these leeches out, and this is why I also need to finish booking Bivold, because you know I need the 100% chance to land the provoke and the leech, because that makes a huge difference. See, look, we've already taken this head down. It's only just popped back up. It's just huge. We've got no burns out, so we might as well send him over here for his damage. Yeah, we'll get the turn meter boost off. Oh, I clicked on the wrong head, but never mind. Bivold's nearly... Oh, the heal reduction. I was going to say, Bivold's nearly dead. Why? But got the heal reduction on. I'll come here with the A1s here. Now, I'm going to be very interested to see how this damage kind of scales. How the damage ends up between Newt and Blademaster, because they're both staying alive. They're both doing very, very well. Obviously, Newt's got the counter attack. And something I was actually watching, when I was watching some of the videos from Seth and the other people, actually he works very well in a counter attack team. Problem is, I don't actually have a lot of counter attack champions. That is until I pulled Longbeard, when I pulled all of my shards for the archer. So I do want to build Longbeard as well, because I feel like it would be very, very good. Right. We're going to come in here, ignore all the defense. Look, we've got a weaken on. The decreased defense doesn't matter, because we're already ignoring 100% of his defense. But the weaken will help. Oh, 400 odd K, and that wasn't even the 200% extra. That was just the ignoring 100% defense against the boss. And the extra 50% damage against something under burns. Look. So, yeah. Huge. He is a huge champion. I would love to improve his build, but I don't think it's another one dead. I don't think it's a bad build by any stretch at all. Newt's actually going to be eaten soon, so I'm not too worried about saving his skills for anything. So we'll come in and use those. We'll try and get the provoke off on you. Oh no, we won't, because you've got the revive thing, haven't you? 118k off of the heads that are decapitated. Huge damage. So actually, you know, I'm now sitting here thinking about the decreased defense and things like that, and I don't actually... You're not going to need it, are you? So actually pairing him with someone like a Lydia probably isn't the best. Lydia's obviously going to help everybody else do damage. The weaken is obviously going to be a good thing. But you don't need decreased defense, so it makes me wonder if actually someone like an Ugo would be a better option, because you then get the block buffs and you get the decreased... Oh no, that's decreased defense, isn't it? They didn't AoE... I don't know the champions well enough. They didn't AoE weaken. 924. That was the 5th hit. That was the 5th hit. So it's a shame there wasn't a weaken and a burnout, because that would have been, you know, 2.5, 3 million damage easily. Don't have a lot here, so we're actually going to come out. do that one. Now we put the burns back out. So that's it. It's a bit awkward. His gear becomes a bit awkward in the sense that you have to try and synchronize things up and set them up correctly. But to be honest, he does that much damage in a long fight like Hydra. I don't think it's going to matter that much. And if you're pairing him with someone like I said, originally I wanted to pair him up with Artak because Artak does huge damage on his own. So I'll probably do another video, or well, I'll definitely do another stream, but it may be, multi videos this week on Rathalos, because I would actually like to compare a run. So I'd actually like to compare a run with him with Mordecai and obviously Artak. What I'll probably do is I'll do a stream some point through the week where we actually do normal again, because I'd like to compare the two, but we won't keep the run because I'd also like to try him and demonstrate what he's like higher up. Obviously I don't hit Nightmare yet, I only hit Brutal, but I might actually try to put a team together to hit Nightmare for the first time ever for this next Clash rotation, just to see what he's like. Because my problem with Nightmare right now is it's not that I don't have the champions to be able to do it. I actually do have the champions to be able to get a 1-key team. The problem is I don't have the speed and the gear to put the champions in the right gear to actually do anything. But it would be interesting as a bit of an observation to see and demonstrate what the scaling's like on his gear as he goes through the different difficulties. So we'll get all these burns out. So Newt's now been eaten. I have no idea what number we're on in terms of his turns. We definitely need a cleanse here. Get rid of that. Right. I don't know what turn we're on, and my worry is he's almost dead. We've got the reflect damage up. He might die before he actually does the damage. Oh! Damn, he did that much damage. It popped him out. Oh, I love this. I love this champion. Now, don't get me wrong. I am pissed that I spent so much money and didn't manage to get the archer, because I actually spent a small fortune. I do have a video coming up actually on the predatory nature of Polarium and the fact that I stupidly fell for it. Let's hit over here, but that's a video for another night. But yeah, I almost feel like if you got him as the login, if you actually had the archer, like I know Saf got the archer and Rathalos together, man, you just won Hydra and Hydra Clash for your team if you've built them well. If you then have something like a Trunda Yumiko team lower down, it's going to be even better. Huh? You talking to me? Oh, sorry. Right, Blessed Bash would put over here. Like, I feel like this is going to be a really, really good run. Get the provoke off. We haven't got the burns up yet. So we'll just come over here. Right. Yeah, we're coming with the cleanse and the heals. Thank you very much. Yeah, we don't have any of the burns out. If we hit here, we're going to get the weak hit. There's no point hitting over here. I suppose we probably hit here just so we don't get the weak hit. It's going to AoE anyway, so we'll get damage everywhere. This actually isn't about. I mean, I would like this head down, obviously, because he's a pain in the arse. You alright, babe?
Yeah, just better put a lid on. She peed on the carpet.
Well, she's still got to go out then, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm still going.
And she does. I have noticed she gets excited at lead when you try and get the lead down, and that's.
Yeah, no, I was trying to get a lead on her and she was peeing at the same time.
Oh right.
Just getting used to
So one of my best teams for Hydra, guys, is I broke the 100 million on a Whisper team. Um, I want to say rotation 1 or 2. Yeah, I want to say it was rotation 1 or 2 that I managed to get my first ever break of 100 million. But oh god, that took an entire week worth of running. The optimizer said that the team would do about 110 million, and I kept rerunning it and rerunning it. I was getting like my first run, I think I got like 20 million. I was like, well, that's not right. And it was because I hit auto and walked away thinking it was an auto team, and it wasn't a full auto team. It was like a semi-auto team, you know, where you watch it and you direct certain bits, and depending on heads and things like that, you jump in and just retune things up. It was one of those kind of teams. So anyway, I reran it like pretty much all week, and I was jumping around like 50 million, 70 million, then back down to like 55 million. I was like, oh, so it was such an inconsistent team. And then I got the perfect run that put it well over 100. I think it was about 109, 110 million damage. And it was phenomenal. The first time I've ever hit those numbers for Hydra Clash, and I was over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. So I kind of want to... I know that I can hit the 100 million mark. So there's no longer a realistic goal for me to try and hit anywhere like that, because I know with a Lydia Whisper team, I think I had Artak in there as well, I can push the 100 mil. There's no point in using this shield. See, look, attacks all enemies, damage increases by 5% for each debuff on each enemy. Also heals all allies by 20% of the damage inflicted, and places a shield buff on them for 2 turns equal to 20% of the damage inflicted. So you want to be hitting someone where you're going to get your crit and you're going to get the big damage, but ideally you also want lots of buffs on them as well. So we're going to hold the shield, because it would be pretty useless right now to use that shield. I was hoping like the first hit would have killed him. Boom. We'll come in there. So yeah, like, I know this is pretty nice. I'm really liking Blademaster. He's cool. Yeah, we'll bring out the... Now, obviously, ideally, I would have loved to decrease speeds champ here. Get more time with these decapitated heads. But 200k on his A1, just because of the burns. So, I mean, like, that. I mean, we had 74k there on the same head from Newt. I kind of really need you to have a Blessed Bash, please, Newt, to get that shield down, because I didn't look at that. In fact, here we go, look. We'll come in here. Boom. Cleanse. If Newt does have a Blessed Bash, we'll use that. No, he doesn't, not yet. We'll come in with the A1. I was going to say, I should have finished that, but not too far off. Provoke's not going to do anything because he's just come back up, but still. Probably should have put that over here, to be honest, but never mind, it is what it is. Now let's go for... I mean, we haven't got the burns out, bar 1. But... yeah, I do feel like I could almost sit back, and we might do it in a minute. We might just sit back, hit auto, and watch where it goes. The thing is, I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it, and I like doing Hydra. Like, actually working, like, what skill do I want to use now? Like, you can hit full auto, and it will just obviously cycle through all of the skills in whatever order they pop up in. If you've got a speed tune, then yeah, it's really cool. I don't have a speed tune, so I do have to look at it and go, right, I'm going to hold this, or I'm going to hold that, or I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use that. And I've got to say, I didn't enjoy Hydra, to be honest, for a very long time. It's only been recently that I've really enjoyed... I think since Hydra Clash came out, it made me want to get involved in Hydra a bit more, because the rewards were good. So I started building teams, and I started watching lots of videos and streams on Hydra, and it made me really enjoy how Hydra works. Because I learned so much about it, and I learned how I could build my teams to work well. I then started enjoying it even more. When I enjoy something, I really throw myself at it. So Yeah, that's what I've been doing with Hydra recently. I don't know. See, like this and here. Normally, look, if this was on auto, it would use this now because the skill's available. But it's not going to land because they've all got Poison Cloud on. So what's the point in using it? Now on manual, I can swap over here, and that means I can use my A1 instead. And then when I am able to land it, I can use the A2. That's going to increase my team's damage. How hello, beautiful. Do you want us to come and say hello? Come on, then. Oh, come and say hello. You've been out for a wee wee. You good girl, aren't you? See, look, like there's no point in putting this out either. There's no point trying to provoke him or get the leech out because it's not going to work because, again, the poison cloud's out. But if I was running this on auto, it would try to do that. So you're going to waste damage. I'm going to waste healing specifically. This one isn't going to matter as much because I'm going to hold that one because I want the burns out while I do that. I mean, we got weak hits anyway, so I probably should have just A1'd that as well, to be fair. Having just said about manualing it and being able to use things at the right time, I then completely forget that not only can you not land your debuffs under the poison cloud, you also don't crit and everything comes out as a weak hit. What's a beautiful girl. So yeah, for anyone who's new and watching this video, this is Lucy. This is she is 10 weeks old, and she is my son's birthday present, aren't you? Yes, you are. And she's a beautiful girl. Let's come in here and see if we can kill him off. Nope. So we've still got Poison Cloud here and here, and we've got the Ally Protect up, which kind of sucks, to be fair. I'm going to use this because I want the Provoke over here, and I want the Leech up. The Leech will go, oh, actually, no, we won't. No, we won't, because you're nearly dead anyway, so it'll be a real waste because I can't put it on the two that are going to be up for a long time. That's where I'd like the Leech to go. So yeah, look, this is the point, guys. You come through. There's no point using the burns then because I know that head was about to die. So actually what we can do is we can set this up to then use the burns on the next rotation, and Blademaster is going to be able to use his big hit on a decapitated head with a burn, and that's obviously going to increase our damage. So right, look, we don't want to use this now, so we're just going to come in here with an A1 right now, 44k. See, because life barriers on. This is the only problem with Newt. Like, I'm not quite sure why they made him Spirit Affinity, because he comes up against so much in the game where he weak hits, or at least that's what I've found. No, he seems to be the wrong affinity for wanting to do an awful lot of things. Right, now let's throw the burns out there. I get Atkinson back up again. Right, Python is down. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to come in here, and we're going to hit, because we've got the extra turns to get Python back out. Either the run will fall apart here, or it won't do. Because we've got to try and get Python back out. Obviously, if I'd have had Hex on, we would have got him out just from the damage done there anyway. So we're going to come in here now, and that will give us a decent shield as well because of all the buffs and the damage. Then we'll send Blademaster in to pop the head off here. You're falling asleep on me, are you, beautiful girl? Obviously, normally I'd want to send him over here to the decapitated head, but I do want to make sure Python comes out because he's our only reviver on the team, and he's our cleanser as well. So he's pretty important to the team and keeping the team running here. Let's put you over here. Do you want to get down? Do you want to get down? Do you? What do you want? You want to get down, or are you trying to lay on me a bit more comfy? Are you? Sorry, I thought you were trying to get down. All right. Yeah, we'll go for the turn meter. We'll throw the A1 into here. What do you want, Lucy? You want to go down? Go on then. Good girl. Then we can come in with the cleanse and the heal here. we'll throw that on the decapitated head as well. We've run the provoking here. Right, let's use this one. Again, I don't know what turn he's on. I know it's the 5th time that he gets the extra damage. And I've just lost all count of it. But 300k, so it wasn't that one. Because if it was his big hit, that would have been in the millions. It had the burn on and he was decapitated. So that would have been a huge hit. Right, Blessed Bash, Bivold's down. So we're actually okay for that. So we'll come in and get him down. Get the Hex out. Oh no, the Hex won't go out, will it? Oh. Was not looking at that at all, to be fair. Wasn't paying attention. And get these burns out everywhere. We'll get the weaken out, yes. Get a few more poisons out. See, someone else I actually really want to check out is Bad L. I pulled Bad L as well. So I'd kind of like to... 500,000 off an A1. That was his big hit. That was his big hit. And that was 500,000 on his A1. Now, to put that in perspective, my Whisper does that on her big hit. But that's her A2 or her A3. And that's with a decreased defense and a weaken. And she hits for about somewhere about the same. But that's one turn every now and again. He can do his so often. It's just, it's phenomenal how good he is. And the fact that that's 500,000, that was off an A1 as well. You know, his A2, his A3, his A2 you get on the 5th turn with the burns and everything else, you are hitting for millions. I think it was Nubs on Nightmare that hit for like 3.5 million. Nub Raids, Hell Hades I saw hit the Dragon for like 2 or 3 million. You know, it's just phenomenal what his kit does. When I first read his kit, I was like, he's going to be good, but obviously I don't. Look at that, 899, crazy. Right, look, we're going to come in here as well, guys, because I kind of want to show this one off on Bivold. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 debuffs on him. So we've got 9 times 5%. What's that? What? Right. I'm tired. It's nearly 11 o'clock. You can roast me in the comment section for not being able to get this right. But that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. That's an extra 4. That's 45%. And you'll see the heals and the shields we get. Look, oh, huge. Look at that. Oh, that's why you want to build your Bivold with damage. You know, I was actually talking to a clanmate the other night about his Bivold build, because he showed us his Bivold build, and I was like, okay, why don't you have any crit rate on your Bivold? He was like, why would I want to put crit rate on my Bivold? My Bivold's there as a support champion. He's provoking, he's strengthening, he's doing this, he's doing that. So yeah, but that shield scales off of his damage, and in somewhere like Hydra, if you're using Bivold in other areas, you don't use him for Hydra, then fair enough, I guess. But in terms of a Hydra one, you've always got lots of buffs up. You want 100% crit rate and as much crit damage as you can put into him. Why obviously having those survivability stats. I think I might actually start doing a few champion guides, because I think there's some really cool videos out there that show how champions work. But they're very... Ash normally does a really good job, actually, of showing off end game Kraken builds and kind of free-to-play newer builds. Hell Hades does a pretty good job as well. He tries to take off his banners and gears and things like that. The thing is, they have very good Great Halls. They have other good champions that accompany them. Like, it's all good saying, "Oh, I'll build a champion," and obviously this is no disrespect. So, you know, if anyone's watching this, it's not disrespectful at all. It's just I'm trying to make a point that you can take off the rings, the amulets, and the banners, but you still have a good Great Hall. You still have a Lydia and Bad L and things like that that can boost the champions. I want to try and do these guides from a very early kind of new game, mid-game account that doesn't necessarily have the Lydias and things to do it. I mean, I lost my shit when I pulled Draco because I didn't have a decreased defense or weakened champion at all. I pulled Draco and he changed my account. I went from like hard to Nightmare Clan Boss. I was able to kill champions, kill bosses that I hadn't been able to previously kill because he brought something that then enabled my Royal Guard and my Huss that I was using at the time to hit for insane damage that I just couldn't do beforehand. And Bivold's one of them champions. You know, I see the champion guides that I watched on him were very much showcasing him in a way that was like, this is a mini Bogni and he does other things as well. And it's cool, but it's only cool if you've got all the gear to go with it. Now, my is not built well. This is another thing, right? I always see the put them in regen and immortal, put them in regen and immortal, put these champions in regen and immortal. I have 3 champions in regen and immortal. I have Theodore because he is my solo champ for dragon and ice golem farming. I have Artak in a regen and immortal build. Again, he's built as a solo champion, but also he's built for Hydra and other bits where I want him to survive because of the burn damage. And then I've got Godseeker Iniri in a regen and immortal build, and her build is not great. She is in the weakest of my regen and immortal. I should use the revive then. She is in the weakest of my regeneration and immortal build without a doubt. But she's in it, and it does a job, it does a purpose, and that's for Sand Devil. I don't know whether her build is going to allow her to do Sand Devil 25. I actually can't do Sand Devil 25 until I pick up the 5-star blessing on her. I've got the coins to do it. I'm just waiting for it to pop up in the shop so I can use the what are the gold tokens for? You know, the top tier tokens that allow you to buy 5 and 6-star souls. That's what I'm waiting for. Boom, big heals, big shields again from Bivold, sweet. So yeah, I'm hoping my Iniri will still be able to push Sand Devil 25, but I have a feeling that she's not, her gear and kit's just not going to be strong enough to do it. So that's something I do have to take into account. But anyway, I've lost my train of thought. It's getting to that time of night where it's 11 o'clock, my tablets are kicking in, and it's meaning that I'm not quite processing what I want to say as well as I should be, really, unfortunately. Let's go in here and get the strong hit. There we go. So for anyone who don't actually, that's probably just made me sound really bad. I'm just taking my tablets because I am on some very strong painkillers actually. Thing is, guys, I've actually just had a total left hip replacement, so that's why I'm on kind of some strong medication, because I'm in the recovery process. I had my hip replacement just before Christmas, and I'm still very much struggling. I need the other side doing as well. So the pain relief's not just for recovering from surgery; it's also to deal with the damaged right side that they can't repair for 6 to 12 months because they need to let my left side heal first. So the problem is, at this time of night, I have an extra tablet that I take for night times, and it makes me, as you can tell, like just trying to think of my words and things like that. Tramadol's a weird tablet. It does some strange things, and it means come night time I really struggle, which is why I don't tend to stream past a certain point, and why I don't record videos late at night. And if I do record videos, like the other night I recorded a video about 2:30 in the morning because I was up doing the free to play. That was actually the night that the free to play launched. And the problem is, it turned into like a 30-minute video because I kind of waffled and rambled because of my tablets, and I couldn't get my point across. But it was something that was in my head there and then, so I had to record it there and then to get what I wanted out. And then I have to watch it back the next morning and basically re-record it and try to make some sense out of it, because I end up with big pauses and big gaps and not quite saying the right words, because it doesn't, my brain just doesn't focus properly on my tablets, as you're probably guessing right now. So we'll try and finish this up. I was actually thinking of a rerun because it's starting to fall apart a little bit. But I'm now at the point where obviously Hydra resets tomorrow, and because I'm falling asleep. I'm struggling right now. I think we will probably just accept this. I'm really impressed with Rathalos. Super impressed. I would like to try him in Clan Boss as well, to be honest. So that's going to be something that we look at. I know that Deadwood Jedi actually put out a very slow speed tune with him and Emic, which did about 60 something £million, and he was saying 60 odd £million. See what I mean about tablets and brain cognition. Yeah. Oh, it's getting so late, and these tablets are really kicking my ass. You know what I mean. So Deadwood Jedi put out a video with Rathalos and Emic Trunkheart, and it was like 66 mil. We'll just let this run on auto. Oh, okay. I didn't realise he had everyone was dead. I thought they'd been eaten. Right, let's free Rathalos. 2, 3. There we go. I thought that was actually my run over, but it's not. Where's Mordecai? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I miss I missed getting Mordecai out, which means obviously the problem I have now is I have no burns for Rathalos. So we will hit this on auto because I'm really struggling to focus. I missed Mordecai being eaten, so I've kind of screwed up my own run because of my medication. Great. Never mind. It is what it is. Yeah, so I'm really happy with Blademaster, actually, guys. I've tried to say this about 3 or 4 times now. But Deadwood Jedi put out a video with Blademaster and with Emic Trunkheart, and Rathalos was actually in like a 158 speed tune. That was his speed. I think it was about 158. So it was a really slow speed tune, and he still got like 66 million. So, you know, very, very close to a 1 key on a super slow speed tune. So it makes me want to look into it a little bit more, because I still, my main account still struggles with Clan Boss. I have to 2 key Ultra Nightmare, and then depending on affinity, you know, sometimes 3 key it, or I put the 3rd key into Nightmare. If I put the 3rd key into Nightmare and it's any affinity other than Force, I don't 1 key it. It's only if it goes to Force I get a 1 key on Ultra Nightmare. So if everything falls perfectly, I can do a 2 key Ultra Nightmare and a 1 key Nightmare, but it's not every day. So I am hoping that I might be able to work out a way of using Rathalos to give me a 1 key Ultra Nightmare. Right, let's have a look. Look at this. Oh my god. 16 million damage. I say a 43-minute run. Let's be honest, it's not a 43-minute run. I spent a lot of time talking and explaining bits. Ackington, 8 mil. Mordecai, 6 mil. Newt, 8.5 mil. Blademaster, double the damage of Newt. Newt has Awakening. It may only be a 2-star, but he has Awakening. This guy is insanely good, and this will lead to another video of me directly explaining the power creep thing. In fact, I'll put it up in chat if I can find it. No, I can't, because I'm going to have to open YouTube, and if I open YouTube, you'll get an echo through stream, because I'm streaming to YouTube at the same time. So if you're watching this stream on YouTube as the video after stream, I'll leave a link in the description. I actually did a video talking about power creep. This is the perfect example of power creep and why it's going to make future content even worse than what Amius is right now, because Newt was power creep. Blademaster, I mean, look, it speaks for itself, is on a whole nother level. I'm going to keep the results because I have to. I need to go to sleep. My brain's really not working right now. Where does that put me in terms of So yeah, as you can probably tell as well, guys, I have swapped clans because I really, like I said, I enjoy Hydra and I want to push more. 189, not quite what I wanted, but it will do. Wait, stop eating my chair, you. No, you've already ruined my chair. So not quite what I wanted. Oh, actually, no. Look, it's not even counted. Let's give it a minute, and we'll come back and have in a minute and see where it counted. We do have 2 clan boss keys right now. So let's have a look. I have done my Ultra Nightmare, so I can put a key into Nightmare. Right, Spirit Affinity, unfortunately means I can't use Rathalos because he's going to weak hit all the time. So yeah, not going to be able to use him there and try it today. Maybe we'll get to try it tomorrow. 80 million. So I've actually swapped Lydia into my Nightmare team. So it looks like I now can hit Nightmare 1 key. I swapped Lydia out. I've actually rebuilt Heli, and that's obviously enabling loot. Lydia's enabling loot to do a lot more damage. I did have Draco in that slot. The problem is my Draco dies. I told you about my Draco problem. My Draco healer, he dies too easily. So this is my Draco build because that's my Draco build. I wanted him in Relentless. I made that. He's my first champion. I kind of went sets over stats. When to be honest, I should still go stats over sets. But then if we look at my Lydia build, where's Lydia? I've probably just gone right past her. There she is. We look at my Lydia build, and she's still crit capped with a bit of crit damage, but her survivability and her speed is massive. Oi! Stop eating it, you. And that's obviously enabling Newt to do a lot more damage. So he's a 40 odd million. Newt's pretty much doing the damage by himself. So I'm actually going to be interested as well to see what this team might be able to do on Ultra Nightmare. Oi! No! Naughty girl. Come on out. Oi! Come on. Out. Out. Naughty puppy. Naughty girl. Go on. Get over there. Naughty. Don't chew. Oh, the joys of a puppy. Right, so yeah, that's going to reset. Unfortunately, that's not going to be reset in time for morning. I kind of screwed myself up again by not doing my clan boss when I first came on, which is what I should have done. Never mind. Look, ultimately, guys, this is a very impressive champion with Blademaster, isn't it? Like, I even managed to do that one. I'll survive 150 turns against the Hydra on Brutal. That's on Brutal. So I'm actually gonna. I will obviously be doing that after when it resets tomorrow. I'm going to be looking to come into Brutal. This is my Brutal team here. I don't think it tells me how many to know. It doesn't tell me how long I lasted. But I mean, look at Husk, right? Husk and Royal Guard here. You know, the two of them together only just outdid the damage of Rathalos. Now, I already have Artak on this team. So I take Husk out, because I would drop Husk as Royal Guard. Although he does more damage, Royal Guard is built better, and he's also doing another job on this team with his decreased speed. And I bring in Rathalos here. That's huge damage. If I dropped Royal Guard and Husk out... Wait, stop it. If I dropped Husk and Royal Guard, I bring in Rathalos Blademaster here, and I bring Newt in here, I reckon I may be able to push 70, 80, 90, maybe even 100 million Brutal team. I don't know, because it will come down to Morley, Tarnarak, Ugo keeping everyone alive. Lucy! Wait! Stop it! But yeah, we will see. That's going to be fun to test. Actually, I'm looking forward to testing that one. That may be tomorrow night's job, testing just how well we can do with that. How are we doing before we get off for the night for Dungeon Divers? I was hoping I could actually get up here 4.5. we got 2 days left. I might actually be able to push this Dungeon Divers, to be honest. I kind of want to, because I mean we're doing really well on her fusion. And I think I have the fusion calendar. I know I have the fusion calendar. It's just where I've put it. Made pictures. There we go. Right, so here's the fusion calendar. So we've got these. 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 This is what's on now. And we're at 55. So then we'll have 60. 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So I get to miss the champ chase. I mean, I'll probably still take part in it anyway for some points, because if I do this, it would actually mean I don't have to do the artifact enhancement. To be honest, I'd rather skip Dungeon Divers and artifact enhancement and do the champ chase if I've got the shards to do it. But I do have champions here that I could pull to help me do the champ chase. Lucy, sorry guys, will you stop it? Come here, you naughty girl. Stop chewing everything up. You have to stop it. You can come and sit on me, so you stop it. Chewing it all to pieces. So yeah, that's tomorrow night, guys. I completely lost track of what I was saying. I'm going to end it there because I'm tired. My tablets are throwing my head out. I can't even think right this second. I wanted to get back on the free to play tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen. Thank you very much for watching the stream. Thank you for coming and tuning in. Those of you that have been in here for the last hour and a half, I appreciate it. But those of you that were in here the 2 hours previous to that when we were on the free to play, thank you for coming and stopping in. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some videos done this week as well. But this one here is stopping me from getting videos done during the day, aren't you? Because you bark and growl. And if you're watching this and haven't watched the video I put up the other day, go and watch the 3 or 4 minute video I put up of all the times I tried to record one video over a day and she interrupted me with her barking and her howling or her scratching at the chair or something, or attacking the green screen behind me and thinking it was a chew toy. Hey, didn't you? Now you want to go down, do you? Go on then. But look, thank you very much for all the support, guys. Actually swapping over to the raid community has been super fun for me, something I've really enjoyed doing, and you've all been really kind, receptive, and it makes me want to do more. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a good night, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night. Let's go to bed.